Vice-Chancellor Brailsford, distinguished guests, Bonn University friends, students, colleagues, and fellow alumni. Today I'm standing in Sukbatar Square in Ulaanbaatar, the capital of Mongolia. Behind me you can see the giant statue of Genghis Khan, the founder of the Mongol Empire. I can't describe what a privilege and honor it is to be the recipient of this year's Bonn University Alumni Award for Community Achievement. Unfortunately, I couldn't be at the Gold Coast this evening to accept the award. I commenced studying at Bonn University in 1990, completing a Bachelor of Laws degree in 1993. After this, I went on to practice criminal and family law at Gostani Carn Solicitors in Brisbane. I arrived in Mongolia 4 years ago with my family. My husband is a health and safety professional here working in the mining industry. I'm the proud mom now of 2 kids who attend the American school, and we all consider Mongolia to be our home. When I think of my time at Bonn, I think of the lifelong friendships I made, people I keep in touch with to this day. It's nice to be able to catch up with fellow alumni all over the world. You can be in any major city around the world and know there's most likely a Bonnie nearby to have a drink with. I'm thinking about opening a Bonn Uni chapter here in UB, but we need a few more of you over here, so you must come. This country is full of opportunities. When I was a student at Bonn, I particularly loved criminal, securities, and contract law, and will never forget my contract law teacher, Professor Tom Kane. I feel very lucky to have been one of his students. He instilled in me the notion that I should question everything and never accept anything at face value, and he was right. I found in life there are always 2 sides to every story, and I learned to look at things from all angles. I'm sitting at home now and just want to continue a little bit more about my time at Bonn. I loved my moot course, which taught me how to debate and argue a point, taught me how to stand on my own 2 feet no matter how nervous I was. I learned how to research meticulously, and before Google existed, before everything was online. I remember my friends and I, we all had these big clunky computers on our desks, so much has changed since we were at Bonn, before the internet. In 2012 we moved to Mongolia and I became a columnist and eventually editor of the UB Post, which is the largest English newspaper in Mongolia. Later, I'm very proud to have created, produced, and presented a very popular television show on the Star TV network called Talk With Me. I've taught English to school kids. I've been lucky enough to volunteer to teach English to the Mongolian police force. I've also had the opportunity to write for Time, MN, and the Mongolian Observer magazine. I'm particularly proud of the fact that I was the first foreign journalist to ever have a meeting with and interview the chairman of Parliament. I also had the great opportunity to teach an Australian law course to Mongolian lawyers at OU Tolgoi in the Rio Tinto office here in UB. I've worked with some amazing NGOs, the LGBT community here in UB, orphanages, and some wonderful charities. I truly feel like I've packed 20 years into my 4 years here in UB. Mostly I feel lucky because I've met Mongolians from so many walks of life, students, politicians, monks, single moms who live in the Gare district, business people. I've experienced and seen so much. I also feel at times like I'm witnessing history in the making. Mongolia is an emerging democracy, and there are many challenges, social, political, environmental, but I know one day this country is going to emerge very strong and very proud. I'm very grateful to Bonn University for awarding a Juris Doctor to my dear friend Batserev Damb, who is an engineer, a blogger, and author of a book called How Corruption Works. Gutsy Mongolians, people like Bat, and the youth of this nation can bring about change, and slowly but surely it will happen. The older I get, the more I realize how truly blessed and fortunate I am. One thing living in Mongolia has taught me is gratitude, and it's given me perspective on what's truly important in life. If you have your health, a warm bed, someone to love, and a full belly, you're very lucky indeed. Thank you for this huge honor, and when you come to Mongolia, be sure to look me up. Okay, bye, stand that old seat.